Hey there, Kara. How you doing? Billcat, how's it going? Title and game needs to be updated. This game is still showing Gabriel Knight. Oh, man. I think I forgot to hit done. This does look like an improvement on Gabriel Knight 3. Man, that game was pretty rough at times. I did still enjoy it in a painful kind of way. So what's this game? Some kind of city builder. I think I bought it when it was on very steep discount at some point. And I felt like building something. So we're playing this. You like the voice acting? Yeah, a lot of the voice acting was pretty good. I did find Gabriel Knight absolutely insufferable in Gabriel Knight 3, though. I found the voice acting in Gabriel Knight 1 was excellent. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, he's always, like, a little rough. But in Gabriel Knight 3, oh boy, he was super bad. Like, in the other games, he was like a horn dog, but at least he was like, he had some redeemable qualities. In Gabriel Knight 3, he was just annoying. This is the almost Russian village builder. Were you streaming this at some point, Kaladin? Yeah, he had a bit of charm in the other games. No, eh? Okay. I mean, this up here, and the music is definitely feeling, that was Farthest Frontier. Ah, okay. I wasn't sure if I saw you playing this, and that's what made me pick it up. This may have just been... I think maybe they had some kind of city building sale or something. And that's when I picked it up. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I have not played even a minute of this game, so you're gonna watch me learn how the game works. Yeah, that one looked like a... oh, what's that game called? I can't remember. Banished, yes. That one looked like a Banished clone. Or at least what I saw of it was very reminiscent of Banished. It's more granular to Banished. Interesting. Ooh, we get to have a banner. What do we want as our banner? Well, we don't have a nice Dosh-themed banner. I guess so. Let's go with a tree. And this will be Barren Town. Oh, we can have a volcano, Mediterranean, Pine Ridge, Twin Islands, the Summit, Reef, Highlands of Plenty, Oasis, the Delta, Highlands. Fjords of Iron? Who do I even want? North Peak. Oh, jeez. There's a bunch of, Oh! Sierra. Hey! Hey there, Dusty. Peril Reef. Bay of Sharks. Let's go with Volcano. It says it's normal, soil fertility high, or richness high, and tropical. Alright. Now this tropical doesn't feel right. This feels very Highlandy, so let's go with the Highlands. Soil fertility low or richness medium, weather is cold. Alright. Sure. Choose a location for your citizens to build the town center. Okay. Welcome to Patron. This short tutorial will guide you through the basic concepts of building your new city. Setting up efficient production chains and governing your people. Choose a location for your citizens to build a town center and press the left button. Alright. Can I build the town on top of a mountain somewhere? Site short granary sire. Let's go right here. It seems like a terrible location, so I'm going to choose it. Barony town established. Welcome, patron. Citizens have already built the townhouse and are ready for your guidance. Focus on getting your citizens a place to live, food to eat, and firewood to keep warm. Winter is coming, and it is up to you to prepare for it in time. Hint, build houses. Hint, build and upgrade a gatherer shelter to produce food. Build a sawmill to produce firewood. Build a depot near production buildings to make transport faster and increase maximum stock size. Okay. We can WASD. Alternatively, plus and hold the right mouse on the pan of the camera. Okay. Yeah, mouse wheel zooms. Rotate camera with Q and E. Okay. To interact with the objects, click on them with the left mouse button. Oh. Okay. Got decrees. Neat. Oh, your citizens are in desperate need of housing. Citizens who have a place to live in are happier and will pay taxes. Only one family can occupy a single house, and if they have room and are at least content in your town, they will have children. Build 5 tents or houses to provide some initial housing. Right. Do I play any Civ games? I haven't in a while. Shelter, house. A fine solution when your town gets too crowded too fast, but it should only be temporary. Citizens living in shelter suffer a penalty to happiness and don't expect any children to be born there. So weakest housing to your settlers. Tent city is back. Yeah, sure, why don't we give them some terrible... Nothing is free. Well, things don't necessarily cost coins. They do require some other resources. Mark some trees for gathering. Carry lumber to a stockpile. Oh, let's just clear cut the area around our center. Would I be willing to try joining your MP? Maybe. DM me and we can discuss. It really depends on what I have going on. Pretty much when I stream is just about the only the only gaming time I usually have. The music is nice. Making efficient protection change rests on having valuable data. One key element to this are grid overlays. Cycle through the overlays by clicking on the grid button in the top right menu. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Among the basic needs of your citizens, food is your #1 priority. Build a gatherer's shelter. Depot gatherer's shelter. Guess we can put you here. Let's be nice. We'll give people some nice houses. Is there O for rotate? No? What about rotate? R. Bit sad that it's not rotate. They did say to build 5 of these. No idea how wide the road should be, so we'll do something like that. So are they... Demolish buildings, gather trees? What is this? Clear buildings and resources. Okay, so there's our villagers going off to do stuff, I guess. Unless we upgrade. Housing shortage. Yeah, we've queued up some houses, don't worry. Okay, the trees just kind of disappear. It would be nice if there was a animation of them chopping down the trees, instead of just walking up to them and then the trees disappearing. People are very upset we don't have houses. It looks like they're bringing the lumber out to the houses, though. Yeah. Depot. Oh boy, this thing is a absolute chungus. I guess we could put the sawmill over here. Nobody wants a sawmill right next to their house. And... well, forested areas. Produces venison areas and all outlier. Boost efficiency. Okay. So maybe we can stick it over here? Says work efficiency 119%. Well, let's put one of those there. Waiting for a worker to build. I'm going to set the housing as a priority. seem to have food. So it's coin, herbs, peasant luxury. Okay, so we have adults, youth, and children. Seem to coexist with the bears and stuff, no problem. Oh, we can build beautification things. There's wells, increases health and reduces chance of raging fire. Oh, that's a watchtower. Well, oh, this well is huge. Oh, yeah, we should have a town well. Can put that next to all the houses. Maybe a shrine. Well, we've got a house. Okay, they have a little bit of animation for building the houses. That's nice. Plants cut down trees to produce lumber. Efficiency depends on two factors: how forested is the area, and how fertile is the soil. How about I put a forester right here? So it's near the sawmill. We could put a gatherer's hut over here, I guess. To get some of our hunter-gathering action going. Oh, we can build bridges and roads. Helps your citizens find their way quicker. They will move 5% faster while near the road sign. Okay. Hey there, Danger Dad. Well, it's called Barron Town. I don't know if these roads do anything. They don't seem to. I wonder if there's any reason to not just put road signs everywhere, since they apparently move faster when next to a road sign. Bear just wandering around town? wonder how we generate coin. I guess so. To be honest, I've never actually played Banished, so I don't know how similar this is to Banished. Heroes are specialist workers dedicated to carrying resources around town, to and from the warehouses and protection buildings. Okay, so if you sign a carrier, they work faster? Oh, there's research. Okay. Do you tell me anything? Just that we have decrees. How about you? Health. Okay. Is a big number good or bad? Increases the health and reduces the chance of fires. Okay. Most buildings require workers to operate. It requires gatherers to actually go out and collect various... To this, you should assign workers in the thing. Okay. So 2 people go be gatherers. Could be a source of food. I have no idea if this is going to be enough food. So I apparently don't have enough housing. I also apparently don't have enough stone? How do I get stone? Alright, some storage space for resources enables carriers to do the jobs effectively. How about I put this over here? Or do I need multiple depots? So I don't have enough coin to monthly amount produced, monthly amount used. But how do I produce more coin? Could research. Well, let's research the quarry because we're gonna need stone. And for now, I'm just gonna build a tent because I apparently don't have enough housing. Yeah, it's not a Canadian portage, that's for sure. Oh, okay. We've got another job, so we've got a hunter now. Oh, they do animate the chopping down the trees. Alright, it's not so bad. Yeah, let's go with plant and cut. I don't know. Don't have a reason to go one way or the other. Okay, we've researched quarrying. I lack the coin, though. Okay. So we've got room for more residents. No one's living in our tent. Yeah, okay, so we've got room. Actually, I kind of want to tear down that tent. How do I do that? Oh, well, that was easy. Let's build an extra house. I guess we'll have a sawyer. Possibly. I've never actually played Banished, so I don't know. Oh, okay. So they turn lumber into firewood. And I guess you produce lumber? So let's see. Food last month. Monthly produced. Monthly. Okay, we're massively overproducing food. We're overproducing on lumber. We're overproducing on firewood. This is all good things. Apparently we're overproducing on tools. I don't know where the tools are coming from. We've got a surplus on all things. This is good. I'm even producing stone somehow. I don't know how. Okay. We appear to have a good number of houses. Something about the aesthetic puts you off? Yeah, it does feel a little early access-y. And I guess we could produce some stone. Oh, are these real fake rocks? What kind of... Depends on the ore richness in the ground. Oh. Soil fertility? Are these... Does this mean this is rich soil? Yeah, it looks like those are... Ah, yes. So this would be... This is where I would want to quarry the stone. Okay. So you could build a herbalist hut. Can I rename it? Oh, we can. Here, just so you quit nagging me. Remains to be seen, McCain. I have played this game for all of 30 minutes. Can expand that if I wanted to. But I have no reason to right now. In fact, I kind of need to grow my population a bit, I think. But I don't know how I do that. There's my romantic spirit? Hmm. 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 Maybe I should build a depot? I don't want to build it too close to this stuff. Yeah, the buildings look nice. zoom in, they have a little... it looks like you can upgrade them. So you could get additional worker slots, production bonuses. We could insulate the houses. Reduces the firewood and upkeep. Why don't we insulate some of the houses? Or just queue them all up for insulation, I guess. Ah, we run out. There we go. We just passively generate coin. There may be a way to upgrade the houses. Yeah, we need to be more energy efficient, you know? Population appears to be stagnant. Happiness is 90, I guess. We've got strawberries, we've got venison, mushrooms, beans, pork, wheat. We appear to have good food variety. We're just not producing any stone. I mean, I could just dump a quarry down way out here, but we would be pretty far from the rest of the settlement. I feel like we'd have really inefficient walkers. Okay, we're using up all our coal. I wonder if once all the coal is gone, they're going to start using the firewood? Let's insulate all our houses. Resources required in production are not arriving here. Well, what resources do you need? Oh, you need iron. But I don't have iron. That would be a problem. Do I have to Well, it's construction of coal and iron mines. Okay. Well, I guess we gotta research mining. Okay, so why don't we pause the hunting lodge for now then? Since it needs iron to work. Ooh, we're breaking even on food. That's not great. I think I'm gonna need more gatherers' huts. So I'd like to have a surplus on food. You produce 192 per year. We figured out the secrets of mining. goal is to make tequila? Maybe. If we can manage to make tequila in the Highlands, I think we'll be doing pretty well. So we appear to be doing fine. Other than the fact that I need, what do I need for my quarry and mine? Clothes shop, toolsmith, mushroom farm, iron mine. We need 75 coins. Alright, so we just gotta wait a bit. Oh, foundations. The king is pleased that the new colony is slowly getting on its feet. You've placed foundations of a flourishing city. For that, you're rewarded. We get some corn, firewood, and lumber. Great. Oh, here we can see our food stocks, I guess. Some coin would have been nice, Mr. King. Guess we could increase our production by giving people larger baskets. Yeah, I like the music. The music seems nice. Yeah, that's allowed us to outpace our consumption. Okay, so now that we're out of coal, we're actually using our firewood. We appear to be using more lumber than we produce. Is that because of this guy using up lumber? Eats 100 lumber per year. You produce 276 lumber per year. Do other things eat lumber? Houses seem okay. I wonder how we go about actually growing the population. Well, I could put a quarry over here. It's pretty far away, so I don't know if that's actually gonna work very well. But I think I'm going to want stone down the road. I'll try turning up the speed, see if anything happens. Oh, there's people coming over here. Have a little mining district over here. I wonder what the yellow means. So we'll be getting the stone, then that'll be our iron. We produce much more food than we use. Oh, we don't quite produce enough lumber, though. We don't have enough workers. Amount of time is low. Transporting perhaps some citizens to have more workers. We are overproducing on food, so we could do that. So these got built. Production. Okay, so they both eat wood. You should still be producing more than these guys eat. They eat 150. He eats 100. Well, that's more than they produce. Yeah, I thought that might have been the case as well, host, but these guys seem to have the same amount of efficiency as when I put them down. So I'm not sure. No miner in building. Oh, I think we got another child. I don't know if you get immigrants in this game. What's the problem? Are not arriving to this building. This guy's having the same problem. Destruction and production resources gathered directly. Huh? Okay, they got their resources eventually. I'm still producing a surplus, yeah. Surplus. A slight surplus on firewood, that's okay. And we are generating a little bit of Stone. Wonder if there's anything I could do to increase birth rate somehow? Increases production in quarry, coals mine, okay. It's got a massive tech tree. Decorative hedge. Got a fisherman's path. I don't know how important a herbalist hut is going to be. Maybe I should build one just to be... Used by citizens to stay or get healthy. Okay, so you can go there. Okay, I guess 10 times speed is maximum. I don't seem to have enough workers available. And I don't know how you actually increase the amount of workers that you have. Secular society, church and state. Okay. Annual? Stocks, residents? Okay, our population is flat. It hasn't moved at all. Okay. Everything seems to be quite high. Okay. Looks like I just don't have enough people available to run around. I guess I don't need a quarryman and a miner right this second. actually, I'd rather have the miner than the quarryman. Royal tax increases. The crown has endeavors all around the globe, and it is the duty of each subject to help make that happen. From now onward, the king is raising taxes on certain goods. Absolutely send the king your wholehearted approval. Chestnut trade fee increased by 15%. Peasants and laborers have more loyalty. Sure. Oh, one of our kids aged up into adulthood. That's good. I would like a herbalist, so we are going to have a herbalist. Because I think the herbalist will improve health. And therefore improve... improve happiness? Going down to a single worker unassigned seems to be not great. I could turn off this gatherer's hut. That would free up another worker. I don't know if there's... Oh. Gain favors with the Holy Church. Church dignitaries are offering us a way to gain some favor with them. Though that's surely just a way for them to tell us what they want. Indeed, fine. Send them what they want. Let's do them a favor. Peasants and laborers get more religion. Not interested in doing them any favors. Sure. Let's make them happy. Now, I do need a source of tools. I guess for that you would need a toolsmith. So we'll research that. Stick the toolsmith right next to the depot. And we are going to need some stone. So I'll unassign one guy from the mine and put them on the quarry. Okay, we're not even using any herbs, so why don't I pull that person off of there? And we'll send them down into the mines. barely producing more than we eat. What was it again? Monthly... The royal taxes increases. Oh, man. I mean, sure, we'll up the chestnut tax a bit more. Let's give production bonuses. Oh, so you can upgrade the houses, I guess one by one. It would cost us stone and glass. Well, that's something to consider. Oh, I think we just got a new child. Well, it's good to see our population is growing. However, slowly. Appear to be eating more firewood, much more firewood than we produce. Let's increase our production. $10.80 per year. Quick chat. What's 1080 divided by 12? The upkeep isn't a problem. Okay, we've nearly met our production needs. If I had more stone, I could expand this. It might be easier to just build a... Oh, we don't have the tools, okay. I would still not have the tools. Great. Gain favor with the Holy Church. Sure, why not? Yeah, we're out of firewoods in the stocks. Probably pull, well no, not the hunter, the forester for a little bit. Since I have quite a bit of lumber in stock. I really don't want to have to build a second sawmill. we'll take a few more months. Uh-oh. We're not producing enough food. Let's get the biggest baskets we can get. We'll boost our winter food production. Oh crap, I needed expert butcher, not expert skinning. No food, no nothing. Oh dear. People are dying of starvation. This is not good. He can help. At least the locals have noticed our food shortages and are thankfully offering their help. Yeah, we will take the help. Oh, my population boomed. And that's why we are... I should reduce the speed a bit. That's why I'm suddenly struggling on a number of things. Okay, I don't think we need the quarry working right this second. Okay, so we produce a lot more lot more food in the spring, which I guess makes sense. Could reduce the amount of upkeep this thing uses. I don't know that that's excessively important right now. The bigger deal is just having enough firewood. Because we use quite a bit of it. So I could build another sawmill, but I'm already short on workers as it is. So this doesn't seem like a great idea. I need the sawyers though. This is the full game. We still have an empty house. They apparently want guard houses. I suppose I could put a watchtower down here. I need a more... I need a more efficient food source than what I have. Maybe the fisherman's hut would be better? So we've researched fishing huts. Is there... Is there any indication of efficiency? I mean, that this stuff is in green suggests to me that this would be a good spot for it. So I guess I'll put you there. Oh, that was soil fertility grid. So this... I built my fishing hut on prime farming ground. Whoops. Yeah, of course we would have to assign a guard. Yeah, you don't have any workers. So I'm still kind of short on workers. I think this mine all the way out here is really hurting me. Yeah, we're actually eating more than we produce in terms of food. Where's the food production policy? Increases that. But where is our... How can I learn how to build farms? Town center must be upgraded to a gathering hall. How do I do that? Is that like a building I build? Interesting. Alright, let's try assigning one of the gatherers to the fisherman's hut. Where is it? Fisherman. Would produce 400 fish. Okay, so that immediately seems better than the 240 per worker this thing produces. Actually, I think it would make sense to expand this and tear this one down. No, I can't demolish it? Okay, but we have 3 workers working at the much more efficient place. So they're producing 600 food per worker. This guy will be making 400 food. What about you? 467 food. I'm assuming each type of food is equivalent. I don't know that that's the case, but I can only assume. I think it would be good to reduce our upkeep on the toolsmith. And honestly, same for sawmill, because the more optimized we have it, the less I need people walking back and forth, delivering things. Gain favor with the Holy Church. I guess we could give them coins. Am I finally producing a surplus? We are producing a surplus of food at last. Good. I still really need more workers. I mean, we are breeding. We have children. So that's good, I guess. Yeah, it's this all the way out here that's, I think, really hurting me. These guys are walking really far. I think if I... well... when I started, I probably should have checked to see... well, actually, I wouldn't have had a way to check that. Maybe it would have been better if I built, like, in the middle here somewhere. Okay, good. We still have a food food production. Resources required in production are not arriving to this building. Required resources are missing. Increases herbalist had efficiency if near a gatherer's shelter. Sure, why not? Okay, we now produce way more than we need, so I'm going to actually pull a Sawyer off. And maybe get a Forester again so we can start restocking on our lumber since we've been using up a good amount of that. we go. Got rid of that useless gatherer's hut. Don't seem to actually be producing tools for some reason. Oh, it's because we don't have coal. That's the problem. Alright. You stop doing what you're doing because you're not actually producing anything. I think I need to build a coal mine, which unfortunately will also be all the way out here. So I thought this only needed wood, but it needs coal. Fortunately, this mountain is a source of coal, iron, and stone. It's very convenient that you can produce everything you need out of one mountain. Lots of food. Slightly more lumber than we're eating. We definitely produce more firewood than we're eating. That's good. Something I'll have to keep an eye on, though, because I'm sure we'll eventually... start using more as our population grows. That we're using more in the winter is okay, because we can eat into the stockpile that we build up throughout the year. And we'll get a single coal miner. They need money. Alright, fine. Okay. So now that we have all of those people, the coal mine should be somewhat... the tool maker should work a little bit. Maybe we can reduce our gatherers by 1 since we're producing such a surplus on food. Actually, maybe during the winter I reduce our gatherers quite a bit, since I doubt we're all that productive on gathering. We produced 3 last month. We produced 1 coal last month. Still no... I mean, maybe I can... Yeah, let's actually take you off of being a toolsmith. Add an extra miner. So we can stockpile coal and iron. We still have a surplus on food. Okay. I think I'll let this accumulate till I have about, I don't know, 20-ish of coal. Durable tools reduces the upkeep cost. Maybe I should build some road signs. Because the road signs apparently increase 5% watt faster. So there seems to be no reason to not spam road signs all over the place. I wonder if they stack. It'd be very funny if they stacked. Yeah, I wonder. If I stack a bunch of road signs here, will people suddenly go super fast? We'll see. I doubt it will make them go faster, but you never know. Oh, suddenly I have 6 workers. Okay. Yeah, I guess my people are aging up. Let's bring back the toolsmith, the herbalist. Have a miner. Well, actually, maybe keep it down to 1 on the gatherers. Although we're now eating a lot more. A lot more than we produce. Is the fisherman just not producing anything? Oh, it's March. We'll crank up the amount of herbalists we have so we can Try to get his food surplus going. Housing shortage. Okay. Well, we need more houses then. Ooh, I lack the stone. For quick emergency housing, I'm gonna build a couple of tents. Not enough workers. I mean, I've got 3 workers not assigned to specific jobs. They seem to have been fine before. An eclipse. We'll pay the priest to make the problem go away. Build decorative house. Clothes shop. I mean, none of these things are especially compelling for what I need right now. I'm concerned about the amount of food we're making. We could expand this even further. Assign yet another person. So we have 200% production efficiency here. So it should be pumping out a lot of food for us. And it is. Could boost our production from the fishing. So that does 400 per worker per year. What are you missing? Apparently iron? So the hunting lodge is apparently better. And I can improve their meat production by 10% for 3 tools. You get a 20% production boost. And you don't need iron. Seems like my better deal is with the fishermen. So I like that this game has some pretty hefty incentives to improve production efficiency. Rather than, oh, I don't have enough workers, so I'm going to just build more of a thing. you have quite an incentive to, since you have limited workers, um, to increase their efficiency, which is good, I think. I mean, I may as well increase your efficiency as well. Okay, we can build a proper house. Let's see. I'll cancel that tent, because I'd rather have my people living in nice houses. We're still producing children, so that's good. There's 2 out of 4 residents. We do have a little bit of room for more people if we needed it. But I'd rather have those extra houses. But can I really not mine over here? Nope. Seems to not work at all. Build grid, soil fertility, or a grid. Yeah, it's just over here. Those guys. Yeah, I probably could have looked at the ore grid before siting my settlement. Oops. Okay. It doesn't really look like it's stacking all the signposts makes them go faster. Because they don't look noticeably faster as they walk by there. But nice to see that they weren't too silly. Could increase the speed at which trees grow. It does cost tools, but I think that's okay. Even more fertilizer? Yeah. Let's see, how's the job? Ooh, storage problems. Our foremen are reporting that there was a rat infestation. We've lost some goods, unfortunately. These things can happen. Tell them to make sure it doesn't happen again, alright? We'll eat the loss on our... on our strawberries. Can we increase optimization even more? Would greatly reduce the amount of stuff we need. for a one-time cost of coins, lumber, and iron seems worth it. We're still producing a surplus. Modest surplus here. Now, is using expansion cheaper than building a second, Oh, it is! Yeah, because we would need 5 stone for a second one. So just expanding a location should, in theory, be more efficient. But I don't have the workers anyway, so I guess we gotta let people age up. And we are producing a good number of children. Looks like a lack of luxury goods could be a problem. Ah, we could build a clothes shop, and that would be peasant luxury. Let's research clothing. Get some of that peasant luxury going. Because I think the happier your people are, the more children they make, or they produce. Sort of makes sense. Yeah, let's get production upgrades in where possible. Okay, we figured out clothing. Okay, we just need more stone. Okay. So it's a depot. Depots serve as resource drop-off and pickup points for your workers. Would building a depot over here help these people? Hey there, Barb. Welcome. I think it would be helpful. Let's try it. I'll see if that helps anything. Maybe they'll transfer goods back and forth between the depots? I don't know. Maybe it would be useful to put some housing and food production over here, like another gatherer's hut. Could try building some houses out this way for the miners. See if this helps their production efficiency. They of course deserve a well, and we'll build them a nice shrine as well. Let's pull people off of gathering. We want more sawyers. I want another miner and another. Or actually, instead of a quarryman, let's have a guard. Increase our safety. Costs a bit of coin and lumber, but yeah, royal tax increases. I guess we'll increase our loyalty. This game could really use a different mouse cursor. Hardware cursor? Ah, okay. Yeah, this is better. There. Much easier to see your mouse. But yeah, let's give them a nice shrine over here too. Gotta keep our superstitious peasants happy. Okay, I don't think I need a herbalist, considering we have over 300 herbs stocked up. But tools, quarrying, and iron, we all seem to have pretty light supplies of all of those things. I'm going to keep the spare workers free for now, though. I have no idea if this is going to improve travel times or anything. Oh, that's where you... Well, people immediately moved in there. So I guess they prioritize living near where they work. If so, that's kind of cool. It also makes sense. Sure, I'll put a hunter's lodge over there. Just to have a local source of food. So we've got a lot more people aging up soon. Although we seem to be doing okay on food production. Okay, my one tool shop seems to be sufficient. And we're even producing more firewood than we consume during the winter months. This is good. Sure, we may as well insulate the guard's hut. And yeah, I think I want to make him an expert butcher. Because we want to squeeze as much out as we can out of all of our workers. Fertilizer 3. I wonder where I get glass. Right, yeah, they're getting a little tetchy because of the lack of luxury goods, such as clothing. The clothes shop eats coin, leather, and tools. Not enough luxury for my peasants. I know. We're working on it. I do need more stone. Let's up the amount of quarrymen we have. We'll cut our miners down by 1. And we can add another hunter. So you're producing 400 venison per year. 404. You produce 701, although you are at tier 3 trapping and butchery. Can increase how good you are at being a butcher, so I'll do that. I would need spare iron to up their trapping ability. In theory, this guy should be more efficient, though. I think we can now put the clothes shop in town here, because that seems to make sense. Oh, we actually use stone? Just on a baseline base? Ugh. I wasn't aware we consumed it. So I'm apparently... What is eating my stone? King's Ransom. My lord, the King's advisor have sent a list of requests. No official reason has been noted. I mean, we've got the leather and the lumber. Why not? We'll send that to him. Yeah, what's gobbling up all my stone? Do you guys eat stone? No. You eat iron. I don't know what is consuming the what's consuming my stone. Okay, but I finally have enough stone for a clothes shop, which we will put right here. Or maybe I want the clothes shop to be closer to... I'm gonna put it here, I guess. You know what? I'll put it right here. And I really don't know how the depots work. So I'm going to put a depot right across the street. And maybe I want depots over here as well? I have no idea. So what are you missing? Oh, you're missing wood. My forester doesn't seem to be keeping up. Could improve his axes. Monthly produce 20. Ooh, yeah, we're gobbling up our timber, no problem. We could just gather trees over here. just do a bit of clear cutting. Oh, also, it's the summer, so I should turn my gatherers back on. Cut those in half. Dump a bunch of people into gatherers. Because we gotta store up food during the summer months. Oh, and I need a tailor. One tailor, please. So he produces 380 clothes per year. Hatter, create and distribute exquisite hats to the citizens living in the area, making them happier. So we could optimize, which I think is worth it, because I don't want to be gobbling up quite so many tools. Further optimization would require more cash, which we will get eventually, I suppose. What are you missing? Iron. Oh dear, I gotta find... Well, I guess I don't need quarrymen right now. We don't have any... We've got a good stockpile of stone. Apparently short of luxury goods. So I guess it's just that the clothing I do produce is getting immediately gobbled up. And you're not getting the tools you need. It's probably due to a shortage of free workers to just deliver stuff. Could cut down on sawyers. Okay, we're producing a good surplus of food. That should tide us over the winter, I think. Yeah, let's reduce your upkeep even further. And up your production. tools that we need to gobble up is a problem, probably. Because you produce 250 tools per year. You would eat a third of your tools. And you also struggle on inventory. Okay, I think it's the iron and coal that we're just not receiving. So I can produce put another miner in. Yeah, because pretty much everything we produce is getting immediately snatched up. Yeah, it's just going to cost us a bit more coin. I think Iron Mine is the one I want to increase the production on the most. You just need more cash. Yeah, this one's I kind of like it. I wasn't sure at first, but I quite like how this game really focuses on increasing the output of your workers, which I think is quite good. A lot of the times, these kind of games, they will, you know, when you're not able to do something, it just kind of encourages you to make more of the thing. Like, oh, not enough wheat, just build more wheat farms. But because this has a worker management element, like assigning your workers, and you have to keep workers spare just to deliver things. Kind of encourages you to have very productive workers, which I like. I think that's a good thing. Now let's go with another level of prospector. And it doesn't feel too micro to me because of it encouraging you to be more efficient with your production. You end up with fewer production buildings, so you don't notice that you're kind of min-maxing things. At least that's how I feel about it. Yeah, that might happen in this game as well. I'm not. I mean, I've literally only played this for 2 hours, so it could be after a while. It gets pretty annoying, but so far I quite like it. The trapper training is tempting. Yeah, that was something I didn't really like with Anno. was being on these like tiny islands for no reason. Which I mean, I guess is kind of part of the point. You're supposed to be, you know, like sailors heading out to the new world or whatever. Um, but I still found it a bit, I don't know, a little artificial, sort of. Felt like they were forcing you to be on a tiny little space. Let's increase our production. Yeah. Okay. Monthly produce 26. Okay, so we should be able to keep ahead on our luxury needs with our one clothing tailor for now. I'll probably need to either expand it or get more later on. Unrest on the mainland. I mean, if our mushrooms, herbs, and leather will help them be happy, I guess we should. And I don't want to lose out on immigration, so we'll do that. Reducing in upkeep costs is good, mainly because it'll save us cash, but it also reduces the amount of stuff we need to deliver. We seem to be struggling a bit more. Well, we should now be producing more coal than iron. So, which one eats more? Okay, you eat more, so we're gonna give you durable tools. Do I still have a... Oh, we have a big food surplus even in winter. Let's cut back one gatherer so we can have a herbalist. It's nice to see our raw goods starting to accumulate. And also having tools and such start to accumulate. What I really need is more spare workers. Well, I mean, the luxury, the quote-unquote luxury, is clothing, so you know, we're talking pretty basic stuff. Alright, so we could improve this guy's efficiency. Yeah, let's go with the trapper training. Boost our production during the winter. Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need an AI to fight against. I'm quite enjoying this, and all you really do is just build a little town. There's no one, like, coming after you. Increases peasant general happiness in the radius of the store, and carpenter's hut. And the production of furniture. Hmm. Ah, okay, so we need to get the carpenter's hut to get a gathering hall. Hmm. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. I mean, I've only played this like for exactly how long I've been live on the stream, so maybe after a while it would this would get old. Reduce the upkeep cost even further. Yeah, sure, why not? Mainly just to reduce the amount of lumber that needs to be delivered. Because in theory, less lumber needing to be delivered reduces the amount of workers I need just running around delivering stuff. Which is currently still a bit high. Is Farthest Frontiers that basically Scottish RimWorld? Expert Butcher. I mean, we're not really struggling on food. I mean, the bigger one I want is more iron and more coal. Which would require just waiting. Ooh, okay, so we could actually use more coal than I currently have. So if I'm going to save the cash for a prospector, we should use it on the coal mine. It's halfway between RimWorld and Standard Builders. Okay. I've yet to play RimWorld. I really should, because it's definitely the type of game I would enjoy. But I still haven't played it. Okay, everyone is very well satisfied with their luxury goods. I should give this guy insulation. I wonder if there's a way to tell... to say... only use a good for... not to use a good for heating. Because I don't want my people to use coal to heat their houses. It doesn't look like we can say don't burn our coal. So... sure, why not? I wonder what I need for... wax, pottery workshop, clay pit, apiary, warehouse, large warehouse, carpenter's hut, charcoal burner. What does this charcoal burner do? Produces coal from lumber. Ah. Oh yeah, I wonder if we can... Can you... click to the others to be used in production only. Oh, okay, so that's how you limit it. Click to allow this to be used both in production. Okay. Click to allow this to be used in production only. Alright. Now, does that apply to all my warehouses or only this warehouse? No, okay. So this is like a universal stockpile thing. I wonder if the goods teleport between the different spots. So... where do I get glass? Candle shop, brickworks, windmill, bakery, distillery, paper mill, glassworks. Okay. Glassworks look to be a pretty high level of production good. Enables trading with the mainland. I guess we could use some docks. Ooh. The docks are large. Can you go here? Oh. Did I just ruin my... It doesn't look like I ruined it. Wow, the fishermen's huts are actually really good. They cost very little upkeep. So he makes 560 food per worker. Compare that to 697, but he costs iron and lumber. What about this guy, the Gatherer's Huts? Oh, the Gatherer's Huts don't actually cost anything. So they're a really good a really good source of food. Draft, trade cargo capacity. Click to open trade panel. Well, we could sell... I don't know, like 100, maybe 200 firewood? Start exporting, up to 100 firewood. We could maybe export some herbs. Make some extra cash. Tools. Sell our fish. There we go. Wait for trade ship. Okay. Yeah, let's cut that. Reduce those upkeep costs. Yeah, I'm told it looks quite a lot like Banished. I'm quite enjoying this. I like that the game really focuses on incentivizing you to increase your efficiency, rather than just spamming down more houses. I think that's it's a good idea. Oh, we could even improve our wells. Yeah. Yeah, the hunting lodges don't seem to be actually very good. But they do produce leather, which you do need, so there's that part that's working for them. Uh-oh. We're now consuming more clothing than we make. Once I have a little bit more cash, I can make precision tools and gain favor with the Holy Church. Oh, they want my clothing, though. Fine. Yeah, why don't I build precision tools up our clothing production. Ooh, yeah, we're way below what we need. Get up production a bit more. But I think we would need... We're probably going to need a carpenter's hut or a... well, we're for sure going to need a carpenter's hut. But again, we're going to need cash for that. Oh dear. Okay, we're... Uh-oh, we're losing money. Let's sell all our herbs. Oh, you instantly get the cash. Huh. And then it's just a cooldown until you can sell stuff again. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, let's get a carpenter's hut. And up our production. Up production again. Right, so that's why you would want to upgrade your docks so you can increase the amount of times you get to use your dock. Well, it's trading even banned goods through the more shady channels. This would let me trade stuff more often. That sounds good. Having a source of cash. That isn't just a slow creep of the slow creep of taxation money. Although I seem to be getting diminishing returns on my tax money. Or rather, as I make the economy more complicated, I'll probably need something closer to patricians or a higher level of citizen to produce more tax money. Fees 10%. Oh, this is showing me the price we get. Okay, so yeah, we instantly get our trade money. So you eat lumber and tools. Why don't I put you over here? Really still need a lot more workers. Could improve peasant happiness, but I don't know that I actually need to. I guess this stuff here will generally increase my efficiency. Increases hunting lodge efficiency if near an herbalist hut. Plus 20%. Increases fisherman hut efficiency during the winter. It's pretty cheap. I don't see why not. Essential budgeting. Enacting this policy reduces the upkeep of fishing huts. Ooh. Yeah, cutting our costs like that sounds great. Oh, that's a policy I could pass. Being able to just flat reduce my my upkeep costs with a policy sounds nice. Okay, I probably don't need quite so many miners. Considering the amount of food I have accumulated, could probably cut back on a gatherer as well, just to have more people running around. And I am going to need stone. So let's have our 2 quarrymen. So let's do essential budgeting. Just cut our upkeep costs. We could just sell a pile of herbs. Makes us a decent pile of cash. Can boost our production even more. Why not? The herbs make us good money, so... Let's go with durable tools. Cut those upkeep costs even more. I think we need another Sawyer though. And I think I may finally need another Forester. Unless there's anything else I can do. No. I mean, I can also just clear cut things for a short term. You just chop down those random trees there. Foresters are a bit more sustainable. Actually, I bet our gatherers are not very busy during the winter months, so they could be reassigned to do other things. Okay, what a nice little game. I definitely think I'll be playing more of this in the future, but this is all I'm going to have for tonight. So I gotta get some dinner. Save game. There we go. Oh, my pleasure, folks. Let's see, is there anybody else streaming out there? Oh, it's my pleasure. Not really. Alright, so that's just going to be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, and have a good one.